back in the air, but backlogged as well.
I've got no other flights. They haven't rebooked me since then.
The post-WestJet strike frustration being felt by passengers. Plus, the U.S.-Canada trade war 18 months later, with local businesses saying they're facing potential bankruptcy.
Described it as fuzzy, brown, a little bit bigger than our dog.
And the free-riding rodent that bummed a ride from K-Country to this man's garage.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla DiGiuseppe.
Good evening. Hearts are heavy tonight within our CTV family. Former CTV News chief anchor and veteran broadcaster Lloyd Robertson passed away this evening. Lloyd Robertson, the longest-serving news anchor in North America, led the CTV national newscast for 35 years. Curious, compassionate, and commanding, Lloyd covered some of the biggest stories in history in a career spanning 6 decades. But what really defined him was his humility, his grace, and his connection to Canadians in all corners of the country. He leaves behind 4 daughters, 7 grandchildren, and he recently became a great-grandfather. He also leaves behind his beloved wife, Nancy, with whom he just celebrated 70 years of marriage a few weeks ago. Diagnosed with cancer in 2024, Lloyd died at the age of 92. 2 years after a Calgary man died while battling the Jasper wildfire, workplace safety charges have been laid against Alberta's Ministry of Forestry and Parks. 24-year-old Morgan Kitchen was fatally struck by a tree on August 3rd, 2024. The wildland firefighter had been employed by the ministry when the flames tore through the town site. In all, 6 charges have been laid against the provincial ministry under Alberta's Occupational Health and Safety Act. OHS alleges the province failed to ensure worker safety by not properly assessing and controlling hazards, failing to adequately train workers, and that the Alberta government failed to take reasonable steps to prevent harm, like cutting down trees or establishing a no-work zone. The charges were laid on July 29th. We have reached out to the Ministry of Forestry for comment. A tentative deal has ended the WestJet flight attendant strike, which grounded over 900 flights across WestJet's network. But for thousands of passengers, the travel headaches are far from over. Kevin Green reports.
The strike may be over, but the lineups at WestJet's check-in counters are growing. Clearing the backlog caused by the work stoppage is taking longer than the strike actually lasted.
It's not been good. I'm traveling to London with my family, return flight, booked on Saturday. They canceled it before the strike started, rebooked me on Monday, then canceled that when the strike happened, and I've got no other flights. They haven't rebooked me since then.
Neil Hunt came to the airport Tuesday hoping for help.
Yeah, you can't expect an airline to be able to handle this level of crisis, but to not tell us anything and to leave us sitting in a hotel for days and days and days is pretty terrible.
Many are now on longer flights.
WestJet just rebooked me for today, but they rebooked me for a flight to Edmonton, and then I have a 6-hour layover later from Edmonton to Winnipeg.
Air passenger rights advocate Gabor Lukács says stuck passengers should insist the airline rebook them and remember to save all their receipts.
Or even if they force a refund on you, just put money in your account. That doesn't relieve them from reimbursing you for your airfare you purchased on the airline.
Back inside the terminal, many in the line here are finding the flight they fretted over is finally flying.
Much to my relief, when I woke up Monday morning, they had a tentative deal. My flight wasn't canceled. I get to go on holidays unaffected, so I feel for everybody because I've been through it.
The union representing flight attendants says the tentative deal struck with WestJet addresses many of their key concerns.
It improves on the long-standing flight credit system by recognizing more of the work that cabin crew are required to perform and increasing the compensation for that work.
WestJet says it's now working to restore its schedule, but would not tell CTV how long it expects that will take. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
There were 2 fatal tragedies in bodies of water in southern Alberta over the long weekend. A 35-year-old man from Mexico died after jumping from a cliff near De Winton Saturday afternoon. Witnesses say the man jumped into the water and didn't resurface. Local emergency crews and the Calgary Police Hawks helicopter found the man's body. Friends identify him as Diego Mendoza. They have started a GoFundMe campaign to help the family pay to return his remains to Mexico. They say he leaves behind a wife and 2 boys aged 1 and 7 in Mexico. And a 33-year-old man from Rocky View County drowned in Quarry Lake. Canmore RCMP received reports of a struggling swimmer around 6 p.m. on Saturday. Witnesses saw a man in the water without a life jacket who disappeared under the water. His body was found after several people and first responders joined the search. A public memorial is now planned for Parker Wells. In a social media post, DJ Kelly, the councillor for Ward 4, where Parker went missing, says a community vigil will take place tomorrow. It will happen at the Municipal Plaza outside City Hall starting at 7 p.m. For nearly 2 weeks, Calgarians joined in the search for Parker before the 11-year-old's body was found. Organizers say the vigil will be a chance for people to honor Parker's life and how the community came together. A child is among the 4 people who died after a crash on Stony Trail over the weekend. It happened when a vehicle traveled the wrong way into oncoming traffic. And now police are trying to figure out how that could have happened. Jordan Canigan has more.
The wreckage and emergency response after a quadruple fatal crash in Calgary over the long weekend. 2 vehicles were fully engulfed in flames when emergency crews arrived.
One of the vehicles, we had 3 people deceased. There was a child, a female, and the driver, a male driver. And in one of the other cars, we had a male driver.
Investigators say the driver of a Mercedes was heading the wrong way when it collided with 2 vehicles. It happened in the northbound lanes of Stony Trail on the bridge over the Weaselhead Parkway and River. Investigators are looking into excessive speed and impairment as factors for the Mercedes driver, but also the possibility that he came down the off-ramp from the Tsutina Parkway.
We had a call just prior to the accident happening of a vehicle travelling in the wrong direction. Vehicle travelling south in northbound lanes.
This highway design expert says wrong-way drivers on freeways don't happen often in relation to how many drivers take Stony Trail, and signs should warn people going the wrong way.
So the signing is critical that drivers do not go down the wrong way right at the ramp terminal, because if they do, then they're off in the wrong direction.
But crashes involving wrong-way drivers are often severe, even more so at high speeds.
Kinetic energy is the product of mass, the weight of the vehicle, times the velocity squared, and that goes up exponentially. So the faster you're going, the higher kinetic energy, and the higher the kinetic energy if there's a crash means it's going to be more severe.
Jordan Canigan, CTV News, Calgary.
A section of 17th Avenue Southwest was brought to a standstill after a vehicle appeared to have lost control, slamming into a parked car and subsequently damaging a third. It happened around 7 o'clock just west of 7th Street. A witness tells CTV News a BMW made a left turn onto 17th Avenue at a high rate of speed moments before the crash. 1 adult was transported from the scene in stable, non-life-threatening condition. Canada's U.S. Trade Minister is back in Washington for fresh talks with his counterpart, even with the pressure of more Trump tariffs in less than 2 weeks. The 2 sides remain far apart. And for one Calgary business, tariffs hit hard. Tyler Barrow has more.
Strong Arm Sports sells benches, bars, and weights, and is now feeling the weight of U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs.
We're really suffering. We're on the verge of bankruptcy right now. Because of that, we're actually being evicted.
Trump's Liberation Day in April 2025 brought in sweeping tariffs that crushed Strong Arm sales. Once 50% of its business, U.S. sales have now dropped to around 5%. That is because most of Strong Arm's products come from China, and U.S. import brokers have told Armstrong the tariff for Chinese goods is 42%.
Any goods that are applicable to Chinese goods have to be paid, and we can't afford to pay them.
Canada's U.S. Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc is back in Washington. The talks playing out with Trump's threat of 50% tariffs aimed at Canadian goods, including wine, hockey sticks, and cement. $20 billion in exports at risk starting August 19th. The move is in reaction to provincial bans on U.S. alcohol, supply management on dairy, and certain tariffs and quotas on cars imported to Canada from the U.S.
We're in the top 3 markets in the world for 47 of the American states. So obviously, despite the bluster, despite the arguments to the contrary on the American side, Canada is very critically important to the Americans.
Back at Strongarm, Armstrong is dealing with over $50,000 in refunds since December and facing eviction. Even if his business continues, he's facing the uncertainty of never-ending fluctuations in the tariff rates.
Every day or every week, it's different. It's been 10%, it's been 20%, it's been 50%.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
Danielle is in with our first look at the weather. It would seem that this week it's not too hot, not too cool, just the right kind of summer.
Yeah, this is wonderful weather that we have in store for us for much of this week. This hot stretch, though, will be less intense than the last one that we had last week. So, for example, last week in the southeast corner of our province, they got closer to that 40-degree mark, and in Calgary, we were in those lower 30s. We shouldn't get to the 30-degree mark with this hot stretch. So 26 degrees is our daytime high for tomorrow. That should be the highest we go with this one. All right, mainly sunny skies, although some cloudy periods possible later in the day for tomorrow. Your longer range forecast is just ahead.
Thank you very much, Danielle. It can be pretty disruptive when you bring home a new animal, especially when you didn't even mean to. Chris Ratzlaff shot this video of an adventurous marmot that hitched a ride on his truck from Kananaskis last month. Ratzlaff thinks she may have tucked herself into a skid plate under the engine. The animal hung around in the garage for a while, then decided to go explore the neighborhood. She returned to the garage on August 1st, and Ratzlaff called the Calgary Wildlife Rehabilitation Society. They gave him some tips to keep this from happening again.
Whenever you are getting into your car in the mountains after hiking, bang on your hood a little bit, bang on the fenders, just to kind of scare something away. Take a look, like pop the hood, take a look inside, make sure you don't have any unwanted hitchhikers.
A team captured the intrepid marmot and gave her a quick health check before returning her to K Country. Coming up, an Alberta woman is charged, accused of using a belt to discipline a student. It happened at a Mennonite school. Next, were parents made aware of the practice, and what else our CMP is revealing in their investigation.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
An Alberta school supervisor faces a criminal charge after a child was reportedly hit with a machine belt. 37-year-old Eva Buchert is accused of assault with a deadly weapon. Our CMP say in May, a parent reported their son getting the strap at one of the private Mennonite schools in Lacrete in northern Alberta. Using the strap to discipline kids is in the school division's collective constitution, and parents are made aware of it. But police say corporal punishment is still against the law.
We're talking about a weapon that is leaving welts and physical marks on a child. That is a criminal code offense, and that's the messaging here. And I think that that's something that people need to be aware of, is these are criminal acts.
Our CMP say their investigation revealed 3 Mennonite schools in the area were administering the strap. Alberta's Education and Child Care Ministry has been alerted. There are over 100 wildfires burning across British Columbia tonight.
There are 37 evacuation orders impacting approximately 8,000 people and 7,300 properties, and 37 evacuation alerts impacting approximately 7,100 people and 3,800 properties. The orders and alerts over the past few days have been changing hourly.
There is extreme heartbreak in one BC community near Vernon. The chief of the Okanagan Indian Band says a wildfire destroyed 230 homes. He says it looked like a war zone when he saw the damage from a helicopter. Many residents across in the North Okanagan had to abandon their houses to escape the fast-moving flames. Another fire is causing issues near Kimberley, BC. An evacuation order is in place for 117 properties northeast of the city. The Waite Creek fire is burning out of control after spreading quickly on Saturday. Carson Marsouk reports.
The Waite Creek fire northeast of Kimberley, BC has grown more than 1,300 hectares after being discovered on Saturday.
The fire behavior has decreased substantially with the decrease in the weather conditions.
An evacuation order remains in place for 117 rural properties near Highway 95A as the fire now burns at a rank 1 smoldering ground fire. Firefighters, aircrafts, and heavy machinery have created fire guards along the highway and west of the fire to keep it from spreading.
It's not expected to grow with the current weather conditions. That said, it can change if the weather changes.
Which is why the alert and order remain in place.
Really important for people to understand that evacuation alerts and orders are not issued lightly. And that recommendation comes from the BC Wildfire Service, and it is based solely around risk. And that can be not just risk in terms of the fire and fire behavior, but also looking at egress into and out of a community, the projected time that it would take people to get safely in and out of a community.
The fire also caused a large power outage over the weekend, impacting 18,000 people in Fairmont Hot Springs, Invermere, and Radium Hot Springs. Power has since been restored.
It is important for people, no matter where you live, really anywhere in BC right now, and I would argue beyond, to just really make sure you're following the current situation, make sure you have personal preparedness.
About 120 fires are burning in BC, with 90 listed as out of control as a result of the hot, dry weather. Roughly 8,000 people have been ordered to evacuate, while another 7,300 are under an evacuation alert.
Emergency support services are available to anyone who needs help during an evacuation, meeting their basic needs. And that includes accommodation, food, clothing, and other incidentals.
Carson Marsouk, CTV News, Lethbridge.
And crews are also fighting 2 other wildfires west of Kimberley. Well, Danielle's up next with her Skywatch forecast and conditions, albeit very dry here. Not as warm as it has been over the last week or so, but still toasty. Details next.
All right, we're just starting another hot, dry stretch, although this hot stretch will be way less hot than the one we had last week. For example, we're looking at maxing out around 26 degrees with this hot stretch in Calgary and around those low 30s for the southeast corner when we were around that 40-degree mark last week. Okay, so 24 was the high in the city and in Banff and in Pincher Creek. We got to the high 20s in Brooks and everywhere else. Lethbridge, Milk River, Medicine Hat, Drumheller in those mid-20s for today at 26. Okay, radar and satellite, it's been a quiet day in the south. This will continue to be the story because of this ridge of high pressure that's building in right now. Once again, all the activity up in central Alberta and parts of northern Alberta as well. When you look at the lighter orange here, this is the jet stream, this is the storm track. So this is going to be continually redirecting all of that moisture, cloud cover up and around us. So southern Alberta, ridge of high pressure, that promotes that sinking air, that stability, lots of sunshine, a couple cloudy periods at times. And then we're also going to have those temperatures build underneath this ridge of high pressure for us. This will be in place until the end of Saturday, and then the weather pattern completely shifts on Sunday, just like this previous week. So that means on Sunday, things will drop, temperatures will drop dramatically once again, and we get into the risk of showers and thunderstorms. All right, when we play through just tomorrow, sunshine in the morning hours and then clouding over at times in the afternoon. Small chance of an isolated shower off in the southeast corner. Very small chance, and if anything happens at all, it will be so brief and so isolated. It's very quiet with regards to that active weather thanks to the ridge of high pressure that will continually move things up and around us for the next couple days at least. When we talk about smoke and the potential of getting some smokier air, that arrives later on Thursday and through parts of Friday. So I want to play this through here, and you can see all the fires in BC, Washington State. It looks like we may get some smoky air carry into the far south later on Thursday. and then Thursday night in through Friday, we may see that start to make its way into Calgary. Likely just bringing us to the moderate level, but there is the small potential we may get to the high level on that air quality health index for a short period of time. Here's that longer range outlook. 26 degrees for tomorrow, air quality health index low, so good air quality. And it should be for much of Thursday in Calgary, and then late Thursday and through Friday, we may pop up to moderate. Small chance we may even get to that high risk level on the air quality health index. 23 is your high for Thursday, 26 for Friday and Saturday. And then there's that big cool down once again on Sunday with the risk of thunderstorms.
All right, Danielle, thanks. It was a big weekend for one Calgarian. Following in his father's footsteps, this 23-year-old conquered the 2026 Ironman Canada Ottawa race. Several Calgary Flames alumni, including Matt Stajan, helping out in the first day of the Alumni Hockey School at 7 Chiefs Sportsplex. Kids 7 to 12 years old get a chance to build their skills while having fun during a week of sessions with former Flames players. Stajan says it's a fun way for the young skaters to stay active. The Alumni Hockey School runs until Saturday this week and again August 17th to 21st. Ironman Canada Ottawa is the biggest race in our country, and for one Calgarian, it was a race to remember. Glenn Campbell has more on the national champ.
Keon Sunderji is just back from Ottawa after his big win at the 2026 Ironman Canada. The 23-year-old says it's definitely the biggest win of his career.
It was so amazing to take the tape there and win. It's like really a dream come true because I've been watching Ironman Canada since the day I was born.
This was Sunderji's 10th full Ironman. He does 2 to 3 a year. Competing in the Ironman isn't easy.
Yeah, well, it takes a lot out of the body. It normally takes at least a week to, start to recover. Walking up the stairs, driving, everything is a little bit hard after the first couple of days.
Sunderji's winning time in Ottawa was 8 hours, 26 minutes and 53 seconds. Obviously, it's grueling and a test on both your body and your mind. So what brings him back?
It's so rewarding. It's so amazing when you have friends around you and people that keep pushing you, and it's such a great community. And especially when you're able to do your best and something like Ironman Canada where I can get to the finish line first and have thousands of fans and people around me, it's just so amazing.
Despite all the pain you go through, Sunderji doesn't have much time to get ready for his next Ironman. He's competing in the World Championships in Kona, Hawaii in October.
So I'm looking forward to that. That's the best of the best come to the Big Island and give it everything they got. So that's my short-term goal, and then kind of just take it one race at a time, see how it comes.
Sunderji works out a lot. He needs to eat between 6,000 and 7,000 calories a day just to keep up. And you can bet he'll have a secret weapon with him in Hawaii.
Candy is my go-to, so every race at around the halfway point of the run, we have something called special needs, where you can get something that, nutrition or something to keep you going. And every time I grab my bag of candy and I don't eat it, I just hold on to it, and it gives me power to finish the race strong and know that once I finish, I'm going to crush that bag of candy and probably some more back in the hotel room.
Glenn Campbell, CTV Sports, Calgary.
And that's motivation for you. All right, that's it for us here at CTV News at 11:30. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Have a great night.